Hello again. I think my camera decided that I had spoken too long and it cut me off. I'm just going back and finishing this up with a little extra warmth, adding a little red back in. And I will show you that sometimes I use just a hint of this green. But it really depends on what you're doing. And if it weren't for a Christmas or Yuletide ornament, I probably wouldn't put this green in there because it just, I usually like it better without that green. But for here, just at the tips and edges of a few things, I think it works out all right. So the important thing here to know is that after you're done with all of that, take a tissue blade and lift that off of there, and then, like I said before, you come in with this. You want to make sure that that's nice and even and that the hole is going to be big enough for whatever it is that you want to do. And then you go back in. You're going to have to use a generous amount of mica powders here because you're essentially just covering the whole thing. You almost can't put too much on because only so much of it will stick. So you don't want to waste it, but you do want to be generous. So if you like, you could put a texture on the back. I have done that. It's just, I'm always worried about marring the front. As it is, even just gently holding it like this sometimes will do a little bit to mar the front. And you can see that I'm being a little messy there. That'll be okay. Because I'm just going to go back and, I'm just going to go back and highlight a little bit because I had a little too much on my hand. And it'll just pick it up. The clay will grab onto it where it hasn't had enough of the other color. See how that's just sort of blending in there. So you can get a sort of mottled look, a little bit irregular rather than a single flat solid color. So you get a little variation. Okay. And then this is the point at which, if you feel like the front has lost a little to your other hand, you just go back and touch it up. And then bake according to the manufacturer's instructions. For me, I will bake this for 30 to 35 minutes at 275. But your instructions may vary based on the thickness of your polymer clay and the particular brand and type. Once it is cooled, it should be fine for wearing or use as an ornament. If you wear it a lot, and like I do, sometimes forget and fall asleep wearing your jewelry, it will slowly pick up your oils, and eventually the layer into which the mica powders have baked will slowly start to erode, but I mean, it does take a long time and a lot of wear. So if you're gentle with it, it'll last pretty much looking like